Hello, beautiful people. Andrea Butchers here. Today, I want to go back to what I shared about control. Um, we are all faced with adversity, isn't it? Wherever we are, could be at home, could be at work, could be on the street, could be anywhere, anytime. I thought that after talking about these two types of control, the healthy control and the unhealthy control that we see, we live, we can choose. And having in mind the fact that most of the things happening in our life we can control. What we cannot control is what is called in legal terms, um, let me see if I recall now, not God's will, although that could be also. Um, it's something coming from God. It's unexplainable, like cataclysmic stuff or whatever, right? The weather and other things. So when thinking of healthy control, because this is the topic for today, how can we reach that healthy control when we are faced with adversity? And this ties into something that happened today during my um, call with my colleagues in the rebranding program or the branding program that I'm taking. And I will share exactly what is going on here. But before that, to give you a context, no matter what happens in our life, and I said that no matter what happens, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, there are things you can control. So today I want to show you how. And one of the ways that I've noticed I'm doing it is through tapping into who I am, which is my personality. How I learned through this program about who I am is studying the archetypes, specifically brand archetypes, which relates to the let's say what Carl Jung brought in, and also the Enneagram. So according to the brand archetypes, I'm a magician and an outlaw. According to Enneagram, I'm type 8. Now, what does it have to do with adversity and control? Well, I heard something today about what my colleagues say it's a capacity. And I do it naturally, so it's from my personality, and I never thought it's a capacity that we can actually learn from, and we can tap into, all of us, whether you're like me or not. Talking about personality, there is something in all of us that we have anytime, anywhere within, that we can tap into to help us in any situation. In my case, it's the combination between magician and the outlaw. When I have a challenge, when I have a challenging situation, my magician is the one who finds something that I can hold on to and use to help myself. The outlaw in me, who's the rebel and also the protector, uh, spots that and protects it. Like the magician is the one, finding like the sprouts in my soil. And then the outlaw is the one who is protecting the sprout, like a gardener protecting the sprout so that sprout can grow and become something strong. To give you an example, in my case, the capacity that my colleagues saw that was that during our calls, if I'm speaking or I'm listening, especially when I have to speak, and there's a child coming in the room, especially the youngest one, I do what I do, and somehow I manage to be present with my colleagues and be present with my children. And wondering how I do that, I realized that It's exactly my personality. As a type 8, I, the type 8 is the challenger. If you remember my first video. So as a challenger, I challenge myself to commit, to be there, present with every call, to do the things that I needed to do in this program to grow my business, to have my own business and my business be aligned with me. And I committed and I said to myself that no matter what's going to happen in my family, I'm going to be there. I'm going to do the thing. I also committed to do the lives, to do one live every 2 days and to keep posting every other day, yes. So, post a written post and then video and all of that just to be with you. So this is a big commitment for a mom with three children. And one of them is a 3-year-old who right now is upstairs listening to music and she doesn't want to go to sleep. So being the challenger, I took on the challenge and I challenged myself to do it. And I said, no, I want to be there with my colleagues. I want to be there with my coach. I want to answer this question. I want to be here live with you. And the magician in me, was scanning, how can I have that strength to do it? Where can I find the resources, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical resources that I can connect with so I can be present, so I don't cry because it's hard. So I am there with everything. And the outlaw in me, once the magician focused on it, supported by the challenger, the outlaw was the one who was, saying to the kid, like the kid would be, just imagine the kid is in, I'm on the other way. Okay. The kid is on this side of the camera and I'm just extending my arm and like a message to the kid, shh, don't speak. I really have a recording doing that. Don't speak. I'm busy now. And I'm in the same time I'm looking at the camera, and talking and I'm like shushing my child. So that's from the outlaw. Like, this is my time now. Okay. You got to stop doing that. Or I'm swinging my girl while speaking to people, and that's my outlaw saying, "Okay, babe, I'm gonna give you what you need, but this is my time with my people." Now, this could be for you an extreme case, and you would still be like my colleagues. Wow, how did you did that? This is done through training. I have 3 children and the oldest is 13 years old. So I've been training every single day for 13 years. Okay. Now, if you don't have a similar capacity, please be compassionate and loving with yourself. And if you want that, just know that you can have it with your own personality through some training. It's going to become second nature using your own personality, your own gifts. And if you think of your life, remember the situations where you don't know how, but you made it through. You don't know how, but you found the strength, the power, the resource, the humor, the whatever that was in the moment to, you were on your knees and you got up. That's your capacity. That is your personality. That is something specific to you. And the more you remember that moment and how you did it, whether it was you and only you who did it, or you got help from somebody, like there was a moment where somebody hugged you and gave you love. And for you, that was the support, the memory you used in difficult situations. Well, use that more and more and more. Why? Because it helps you control yourself. That's self-mastery. You are controlling your inner environment. And instead of reacting, which we have the tendency to do, isn't it? I used to react to everything. I used to react and be impulsive when somebody came with an opportunity, when somebody came with love and trying to help me and support me, when somebody would judge me or bully me in any situation, good or bad, I used to react. we all have this tendency of being reactive instead of listening and saying, oh, hold on. Do they really mean that? Or this is my perception? Did it ever happen to you where, somebody was just making an observation and your inner critic or the judgmental part of you or the fearful part of you or, the traumatized part of you would react and respond by pushing or by arguing with the person? I did that so many times, many, many times in my life. So my invitation to you is, remember those moments where you found the inner strength, where you found that resource within you to keep you strong and in control of yourself facing that challenge. And see whether that's going to help you again, or whether you also have other resources you can tap into in order to feel in control, empowered, and act from that empowering position more and more in your life, in all your relationships, with yourself first and then with others, and see what happens. Let me know what empowers you, where you found the strength, and maybe that's gonna inspire me. And I want to give thanks to Serena, who is my colleague in PVA and who said today that something that really brought to this video today. So I love you all. I honor you. I cherish you. I respect you. I love you.